Victoria was wearing my necklace when she walked stageage to accept my work.
I'd shown that necklace to Caleb once, laughing like it meant nothing. He bought the matching ring. Tonight, he wore it for her. Thank you to the Thorn Foundation, and especially to Caleb for believing in me.
My project, my research, 3 years of my life.
Tell me I'm not seeing what I think I'm seeing. Later. That's your necklace. I know.
He wasn't hiding it. He just thought I would take it. I walked to the restroom because if I stayed one more second, I'd see too much.
Ella, I'm so glad you were here tonight. I wasn't sure you'd come after everything. Why wouldn't I come?
He didn't want to hurt you. He asked me not to tell you about the award. He thought it might be hard for you to see.
I'm fine.
He tells me you're the strong one, that you can handle things I can't. I think that's beautiful, honestly. I just think you should know where you stand.
Okay.
Through the ballroom glass, I could still see him laughing with the board. She went back to him. She didn't look at me again. I went to the foundation the next morning because there was one thing I couldn't keep pretending not to notice.
Say it again, the way you said it last night.
Nocturne in? You want me to write it out?
No, say it the way you said it in the tank when you were coaching me.
That's it. That's the voice. That's exactly it. You're perfect. That's what I fell in love with. The way you let yourself be soft. Hey, I didn't know you were coming in today.
I wanted to talk to you.
Sure. What's up?
The Nocturne Project. Why is Victoria presenting it?
She's not presenting it. Look, the board wanted a public face for the research, someone comfortable with donors. You hate donor events. You've always
said I didn't like galas. I didn't say she could take my work.
Ella, she's not taking anything. She's presenting. The research is yours. Everyone knows that.
Does everyone know that?
Victoria needed this. She's been struggling to find her footing. You're established. You have publications. You don't need the livability the way she does. I thought you'd understand. You've always been the generous one.
Did you tell her to wear my necklace?
What?
The silver chain. She knows it's mine.
I didn't tell her to wear anything. She probably didn't realize.
She knew.
You're tired. You've been working too hard. Take a few days. I'll handle things here. Look at me. You're the most important person in this foundation. Nothing changes that. Victoria is she needs support. You're strong enough to give that. I've always admired that about you.
Okay.
Ella, did you want to talk? About last night? I really do admire you. I hope you know that. So. I saw you see it, so don't tell me you're fine. I'm not fine. I don't know what I am. Start there.
He's been coaching her. On Nocturno. The persona I built. The voice, the posture, everything.
You heard him? This morning. He said that's what he fell in love with. The way she was soft. Your persona. The one you built from your mother's voice. Yeah. Your necklace, your desk, your research, your boyfriend.
Ella, when did you stop seeing what was happening?
I don't know.
When did he stop seeing you?
I don't know. I'm gonna ask you something and I need the real answer. Do you want to save this or do you want to be done? I don't know how to be done. 6 years, the foundation, the research, I don't have anything that isn't connected to him. That's not true. You have you. You have your work. Those personas came from you, not him. She's wearing my necklace. She's sitting at my desk. She's drinking my coffee. She's doing my work. And he's telling her he loves her voice. My voice! When did you become the person who accepts that? These are yours. Every word, every idea, every piece of research. That's yours. Not his, not hers. You want to know what I think? Yes. Stop asking what you did wrong. Start asking what you're going to do about it.
Help me.
With what?
Victoria. I want to know everything about her. Where she came from, what she did before the foundation, how she got here. I'm a journalist. I know how to find things.
Her resume is thin. Before the foundation, she was a PhD candidate. Dropped out, no publications, no research. Nothing gets you into a place like this without help. Whose help? I'll let you know. One more thing. Your necklace. How did she get it? I left it at his apartment a few weeks ago on the bathroom counter. He gave it to her. Your necklace. From his bathroom to her neck. I went back at midnight. Not for him. For the files on the secured server with my signatures still attached.
I don't want to be seen. I just want to be. Is that too much to ask?
I knew those words. I wrote them 3 years ago in my mother's voice.
Good. Stay there. Right there. Don't force it. Just let it come.
How was that?
Perfect. You're getting it. The softness, the stillness, that's exactly what I've been looking for.
In the beginning, that smile used to be mine.
That's it. That's the voice. That's what I fell in love with.
I stood there counting seconds until I stopped expecting him to look up. He never did.
By the time I left that garage, I wasn't deciding whether to leave him. I was deciding how.
Tell me what you have.
You have everything. Timestamps, originals, chain of custody. You could walk into court tomorrow.
I don't want court.
Then what do you want?
I want my work back. I want them to stop using it. I want them to know it's mine.
Most people want money. Or damage. Or both.
I don't want damage. I want it to stop.
You've been documenting this for years. The notebooks, the timestamps, the emails. You knew something was wrong.
I'm not surprised. That was the truth. I wasn't shocked. I was finished pretending.
What do you need from me?
A timeline, a legal framework, and a contact at the Chronicle.
You want the press?
I want the board to see it all at once. In a room they can't walk out of.
The Foundation's annual donor gala is Friday.
I know.
I can't make your scene for you, but I can make your documentation airtight and I can give you the name of a journalist who covers foundations.
If I do this, I want to be gone before it lands, before anyone asks me how I feel.
That can be arranged.
How did it go?
She gave me a name.
You're really doing this?
I've been doing this for 6 months. I just didn't know it. Once I said it, there was no going back. Hello?
Ella, I was starting to get worried.
I'm fine.
You're not answering your phone? You're not coming in? People are asking where you are.
What people?
The board. They wanted to go over the Nocturne presentation. I told them you were sick. I know things have been complicated lately. With Victoria, with the research. But you're making this into something it's not.
What is it?
Victoria is a colleague. She needs support. You're my partner. That's different.
Is it?
I can't control how you feel about her. I can't control how she feels about me. I'm doing the best I can. I thought you understood that. When are you coming back?
I don't know.
People are going to start asking questions.
Let them.
You're going to ruin everything over this? After everything I've done for you?
I have to go. Ella, I didn't know you were coming in. Are you okay? Caleb said you were sick.
I'm fine. He's been really worried about you. We both have. I know this is complicated, but I really do care about him, and I think maybe it's time you faced the truth about where you stand.
He's not going to choose you. He already chose. You just don't want to see it. You can be angry. You can be hurt. But none of that changes what's happening. He wants me. He wants my voice. He wants my work. Yours was just practice. I do know.
I gave myself 3 minutes to shake. Then I moved.
Helen Foster.
Margaret gave me Emzelachine. I worked for the Thorne Foundation for 6 years. I have a story you might want.
What kind of story?
The kind where someone takes everything you built and calls it theirs.
When can you meet?
Tomorrow. That was the first thing of his I threw away on purpose. Friday was no longer a threat. It was a plan.
Tell me.
Helen Foster wore a black dress, took notes on a legal clat, and never once reached for a phone. I trusted that more than I expected to.
The first time was in March. He said it was a mistake. You have documentation?
Yes.
Timestamps, originals, lawyer?
Yes, Margaret Klein.
Why now? Because I was in love with him, and now I'm not. That's the whole reason? That's the whole reason. I've seen this before. Stolen work, erased people. The difference is most of them don't have proof. You do, and you're not asking for money, you're asking for the truth. I'm asking for it to stop.
Friday night is the donor gala. I have press credentials. Can you get me the documents before then? This is enough. This is more than enough.
I need to know one thing before I write this. What do you want to happen to him?
Nothing. I want him to know it was mine, and I want him to sit in that knowledge for the rest of his career.
That's worse than what I would have done.
Thank you all for being here tonight. I'm so honored to share the next phase of the Thorn Foundation's work. This project began 3 years ago, when I first started exploring the connection between identity and trauma.
What is this? Technical difficulties?
Victoria, can you explain the time stacks on those documents? Someone must have...
Nocturne is for people who've lost themselves, who don't know who they are anymore. It's not about giving them a new self. It's about helping them remember the one they already have.
He's not gonna choose you. He already chose. You just don't want to see it. He wants me. He wants my voice. He wants my work. Yours was just practice.
Caleb, tell them, this isn't, I didn't-
Turn it off! Someone turn it off!
The Chronicle will publish a full investigation tomorrow morning. Every document, every timestamp, every piece of evidence that the Thorn Foundation's flagship project was developed by one researcher who was systematically erased from her own work.
You knew! You knew this was hers! You told me it didn't matter! You told me she didn't care! You're leaving. I'm done.
The Chronicle published at 6 a.m. Helen did exactly what she promised. By 8, the comments were live. By 9, the journals were calling. By 10, the board had called an emergency meeting. They're going to come for you. The board, the donors, Caleb. They'll try to control the narrative.
I don't care what the narrative is.
You should. They're going to call you the unstable ex, the jealous colleague, the woman who couldn't handle being replaced.
Let them try.
You're not angry.
I'm not.
Then what are you?
I'm finished.
I'll handle the board. You don't need to talk to anyone.
Thank you.
I didn't delete the message. I didn't read it either.
They're in the board meeting now. Caleb's inside. Victoria isn't there.
What do you mean she isn't there?
I mean, she's gone. Her apartment is empty, her phone is off, her lawyer resigned her this morning effective immediately.
She left him.
She left everyone.
Good.
You're cold, Ella.
I'm not cold. I just don't care.
That was new. Not rage, not grief, just absence.
He's going to say he was misled, that he didn't know the exfliss and the Lashamed get push of the extent of what Victoria was doing.
He knew.
I know. You know. He's trying to save himself. Do nothing. Let him talk. The evidence speaks for itself.
What do I do?
Nothing.
He's throwing her under the bus, pretending he didn't know. Are you going to say something?
No.
Why not?
Because he knows I have more. He's not protecting himself. He's waiting to see what I do.
Ella, can we talk, please? 5 minutes. I didn't know. I swear to you,
I thought she was contributing. I thought she was part of the team. I didn't know she was taking credit for—
You knew. You heard her in the office. You heard her tell me I was practice. You put her in the tank. You coached her. You told her she was perfect. You told her she were what you fell in love with. My voice. My words. My work.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't see it. I'm sorry I didn't protect you. I'm sorry I made you feel like you weren't enough.
I don't need you to protect me. I don't need you to apologize. I don't need you to spend the rest of your career doing anything. I need you to know that I did this. Not Victoria, not the foundation, not the board. Me. I did this. And I'm not doing it to punish you. I'm doing it because it's mine.
Ella, I loved you. I really did.
I know. I'd stopped watering it months ago. I just hadn't admitted that either. He'd said he loved me. Maybe he had. It changed nothing. He came to my apartment at 9 p.m. I saw him through the window looking up at the building like he still had a right to ask.
Thank you. I know you didn't have to.
What do you want, Caleb?
I want to understand how we got here, how I lost—
You didn't lose anything. You gave it away.
We had 6 years. Doesn't that count for something?
I gave you 6 years, 12 personas, my research, my time, everything I had, and you gave it to her. My voice, my words, my work, my necklace, my desk, my project.
I didn't think you would mind. I thought you were stronger than that.
Stronger than what?
Stronger than needing credit, needing recognition. I thought you did the work because you loved it, not because you needed people to know it was yours.
You love that I didn't fight back. You love that I let you take things from me and stayed quiet. You love that I let you erase me and still showed up to work every day.
That's not—
That's exactly what it was. And the second I stopped being quiet, you showed up here to tell me I should have stayed that way?
I made a mistake. One mistake.
You made a mistake every day for 2 years. You just didn't notice because it wasn't happening to you.
I'm sorry. Please, give me a chance to fix this. Give me a chance to make it right.
I gave you 6 years of chances. You just never wanted them.
I watched him until he turned the corner and disappeared. That was the last time I waited for him to come back. 6 months later, I had my own office. Small, east-door sitting windows, morning light that didn't ask anything from me.
Good. Hard. Good.
The foundation's settled, you got your research back, you got an NDA that protects you, not them, and enough money to keep the office open for 3 years.
Good.
The Chronicle keeps calling for a statement. Do you want to make one?
No.
Caleb resigned last week. The board asked him to step down. He's not with the foundation anymore.
Okay.
That's all you have to say?
That's all.
"12 voices, 12 versions of myself I built for someone else." I was here. I was whole. I was free. That was enough.